Welcome back, everyone, to Little Roadie Wargaming for another sharp practice battle report between the French and British. Today's battle is a continuation of the previous one and is based on Scenario 2 Sweep the Table, though we've called this alternate version a night raid. During the day's inconclusive battle, French skirmishers managed to find a path around the British lines. In a daring night raid, the French attempt to sabotage British supplies and spike their cannon. British pickets are out in force, but will they be enough to stop the raiders? So for deployment, both Will and I have rolled up, and the French are going to be deploying right here. The British are on the exact opposite side. The British, however, can start with both skirmish groups within their half of the table edge. Their deployment point will be used for any further reinforcements, which will be slightly delayed and may not be brought on until shots are fired, a blaze is started, or a melee ensues. The French will deploy as normal. There are 3 objectives on the table. There is the barn containing British supplies, an ammunition limber for the cannon, and then the cannon itself. The cannon is worth 3 points. The barn is worth 2, and the limber is worth 1. The cannon can be spiked, the barn lit ablaze, or the powder can be either doused or detonated. The French player will choose whether or not it's going to be doused or detonated in secret with the GM. The British player will be unaware. If it is chosen to be detonated, it will do so on the following round's tiffin. And when it explodes, it will alert British reinforcements if they have not yet been already, and will act as a heavy rocket hit on any units within 6 inches. At the end of the game, the French player will roll a d6. If the number rolled is equal to or less than the points scored from the objectives, then it has been a successful mission. We're also using some unique night fighting rules, which I found on the Two Fat Lardies forum. Deployment. All troops will count as in light cover when deployed. Any groups that run or cavalry at the gallop will take a point of shock or an extra point of shock. Line of sight is reduced to 12 inches, and units can be illuminated, thus ignoring this limited line of sight if they are within 12 inches of a burning structure or terrain pieces. Which, speaking of terrain, let's go over a little bit for today's game. Any of the trees or bushes here will be light cover. The farm buildings, the entrenchments, or the stone walls will count as hard cover. Now, let's take a look at the armies used in today's game. So here is the French raiding force. It is led by a level 3 leader, which is Blue Leader 1, Lieutenant Bougie, aka Le Chop. Leader 2 is a level 2 leader. It is Sergeant Morel. And Leader 3 is a level 1 leader. He's returning from his injury, or he was released via a prisoner exchange. It is Lieutenant Jacques. Now, there are 3 groups of Voltigeur skirmishers. They are the 1809 to 1812 variant, and there is a group of French lancers that are also 1812. As far as support points go, they decided to take a surgeon and a holy man, and Capitan Remy is leading the way, for he is an exploring officer, and he is ushering the men through the secret route behind the British supplies. Now let's take a look at the British. And here we have the British King's German Legion. All 3 leaders are status level 2, but the kind of big man for the game, in the sense that he's leading the cavalry, not actually, is Captain Johann, with 2 groups of KGL Light Company in line. They will be the reinforcements. They also have a holy man with them. And then on the left here, we have Lieutenant Strasbourg. He is also, as I said, a status 2, leading a group of KGL rifle skirmishers. And on the right, we have Sergeant Nadler and his group of KGL rifle skirmishers. So Ted's the GM and Ted's got the cards, and the first one off the deck is, all right, blue flag. Red flag. It's an exciting start. Red flag. That's 3 in a row, but there's nothing here. Blue flag. I said shuffle them better. So that is... that's Captain Johan, and he can't come onto the board.
All right.
Okay, that is, what, Strasbourg?
That's the rifles.
Yep, so Strasbourg is over here. Which, yes, should point out, Strasbourg is right here with the rifles. And then over here guarding the barn is Nadler and the rifle-armed skirmishers.
You just said rifles twice.
Musket-armed skirmishers. They have 12-inch rifles. Given the scenario rules, so do they.
The rifles really don't matter.
No.
Unless you light something on fire.
So, are they staying there?
They're going to stay there.
Okay, so we'll keep going. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Hey, a red flag. That's 3. Tiffin.
I'm going to use one of them to move them.
Okay. So in typical sharp practice fashion, just none of my cards will ever come out during the game. So they're moving somewhere. Remember, if you go over walls, then we start dropping dice and stuff. Going up to the wall. All right, sounds good. We'll shuffle those up and get back with hopefully slightly better round here. So we watched Ted shuffle them, and hopefully this will be a little bit more exciting. Hey, it's a flag. All right, that's Strasbourg again.
Sit and wait.
It's gonna sit and wait. All right. It's on the lookout. Hey, another red flag. A blue flag. Okay, so Capitan. Oh, actually, no, I'm promoting him. Le Sharp will get to do something. Le Sharp has come onto the board 15 inches from Capitan Remy and is going to be firing very close range into Sergeant Nadler. So the first group is going to be firing with 6 shots. It is their first fire and they're at close range, so 3s are better. Now we drop 2, so that's 4 hits in cover.
All right. Hard cover?
Hard cover.
Which,
4? Remember, they are skirmishers in hard cover, so they ignore the first casualty.
Yes. So 5s and 6s. Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. And then Le Sharp with his group of, I think we can easily call that enfilading.
Yeah.
Okay. Also needing 3s. Oh, and he kind of drops the ball. That's 5. Hard cover, enfilading, doubling shock.
All right. So they ignore this. Nothing.
They ignore the first kill. Wow. All right, so that's just a whole lot of loud noises in the dark.
I'm assuming you reload?
And yeah, they all reload. Practice. So Will is going to sharp practice with the 2 red flags. And which one are you unloading into?
The one that's in point blank.
Okay. So close range. You are hitting on anything but, because you are close range, 4, 5, 6s, 3 up for first fire,
yep.
And then 2 up because you are light infantry. So on 2s. Okay, so that is 5. They're on light cover. So we have 2 dead and a point of shock.
And I am unloaded.
Yep, and they are unloaded now. Well, that was brutal. That's how light infantry fights. So the next card that came out as he was declaring a sharp practice was blue 3, which is Lieutenant Jacques and his Lancers. So Lieutenant Jacques has come in at the canter just over 12 inches away from Lieutenant Strasbourg and his rifles. So they hear something in the distance, but they can't yet see it. And the next card is a red flag. And leader 3, who can now come onto the board because there have been shots fired. So Captain Johan has responded rather quickly to the shots fired and is in column, headed towards the sound of the guns. Next card is a blue flag. I am going to sharp practice, and I'm going to fire these men again. So that is 6 shots. Get the die tray out. 6 shots into the flank. Needing 4, 5s, and 6s now. And we have 2 hits. They are terrible shots. Hopefully getting some 5s. Nothing. All right, so they are unloaded. Next card is another red flag.
I'm gonna wait on it.
So the blue flag, red flag, Tiffin.
All right, I'm gonna use my red flag. And we're gonna do some moving.
All right, so what do you got left? You got... actually, you have this unit left, don't you?
Yeah,
they just sharp practiced.
So I'm gonna use one red flag to reload. Fire.
Okay. That's 6 shots.
It is. Hitting on what do we say it was?
4s? It's 3s now.
Threes, yeah,
There are
3s.
close range 4s and then light infantry.
All hits.
Okay. I need a few more dice. Light cover, and that's another dead.
No shot.
Point of shock. So they're down to 3 and 2, and this group is just getting annihilated by effective fire. And then your last flag.
We're actually gonna have those guys just start hauling ass.
All right. Where are they going?
This way.
They're running away. We hear hooves, and we don't like it.
13.
They move back 13 inches,
Yep, so they're just gonna come
and they
over.
are facing away.
Yep, they're coming over here to the cannon. They're like, secure the cannon.
Yep, that is definitely the big point value. So they just run over there, and Ted's shuffling up, and we'll get back with the next round. So first card, blue flag. Red leader 1, that is Strasbourg.
He's gonna order his men to turn around.
Okay, just free move, turn around.
Yeah, they're gonna shuffle a little bit.
Okay, so they'll shuffle up, and we'll show you how they shuffle. And this is where they ended up, into that blown out farm structure. Blue leader 1, that is Les Sharp. So Les Sharp has pulled a point of shock off of this 3-man group here, and with his remaining 2 initiatives, is going to order both groups to close in and take them at bayonet. So this first group here, we got their free move and 2 additional d6. That is more than enough to get them in. And then this group minusing 1 for the shock, they're in as well. So we'll get them stuck in, and we'll figure out how many dice we both have with fisticuffs. So after everything is all figured out, the French have 10 dice, because they are attacking over this low wall, and the British have 8. It's a combination of being slightly better troops, and what else? We had, just Daedler.
Yeah.
So, I'm attacking, so I'll throw it first. 5s and 6s. So we have 3 dead, 1 of them being a shock.
All right.
I'm not too happy with that. The British have only killed 1 with a shock.
Yeah.
Okay, so they will be defeated by 2, but we both have to roll a d6 to see if our leader. So it is not Nadler, but Le Sharp is wounded. Well, he's hit. Le Sharp is wounded. So bad thing happens. As a 4, will the bad things happen chart is behind you on one of the protects. So that is a 4 on a status 3 wounded.
1 point.
Yeah,
1 point, so that brings the French down to 9, which as far as force morale, we both started at 10, so pretty even. And then defeated by 2 is in the book right in front of you. Nope. Right side of the right-hand page.
Thrown back 9 inches facing the enemy, add 2 points of shock.
Okay, so you've taken 1 shock from the charge itself. I took 1, which we said the kill was on.
It was on.
Was on.
It was your leader.
Yeah, it was on Bucci's. Oh no, yeah, you're right. I'm pulling men for no reason. But that group will take a shock anyway, so you move 9 inches facing the enemy and take a point of shock. So for the group being obliged to withdraw from defeat in fisticuffs, it's a bad thing happening.
Nope.
But they don't seem to care. I'll get this out of the way. And the next card that comes out is a blue flag. A red flag. And red leader 3, which is Captain Johan and his KGL Light Company. So not Strasbourg, this is Johan. Johan moved up in column a total of 6 inches.
Yep.
And then snapped into line. What do we got for the next card? We got a red flag. Another red flag, that's 2.
I'm waiting.
Tiffin.
All right.
So you still have the higher force morale. You've got. Do you have something that hasn't gone?
They haven't gone.
They haven't gone?
And did they go? No, just them.
Yeah. Strasbourg went. So it's just Nadler.
Just gonna have them pop over the wall.
Okay.
Turn around. So it's literally going an inch, so I'm not gonna roll for it.
Yeah, and you're moving away from the enemy, so that's fine.
Yep.
And then turn around.
And reload.
Okay. And I still don't have a unit and a leader on the table, which is typical when I play sharp practice. I won't have anything come on. But I do have Jacques here, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with him. All right, so Jacques just got a terribly short move, but slowed down to the walk because there's British afoot, and they're close. So we're going to get everything shuffled up, and we'll get back with some more cards coming out. First card is the Tiffin. Everyone reloads. Yay. That was it.
Yep.
Shuffle better, Ted. So, Ted's just finishing up. We were talking about how there were no blue 2s coming out, and then he proceeded to throw the blue 2 on the floor.
There you go.
There's the blue 2. All right. So, Sergeant Morel gets to come onto the board. Sergeant Morel just deployed up the distance from Captain Remy and is moving towards the barn. A red flag. All right, red 2. That is, oh boy.
My boys.
That's
Gonna pull a point of shock.
Nadler with 3 shock.
2 shock.
Now down to 2 shock.
He's going to use his free move to just turn that way a little bit. And go a grand total of nothing. Just turn. Well, I don't need it to be this far. So I don't need to fully turn and give you my side. And then fire and reload.
All right,
Pretty
so
sure
I
you're
just
within 12. Yep.
yeah, barely.
So I do lose a shot, so down to 4.
Yep. 4 shots on
Short range.
shock. Hitting on 3s.
2.
So that's 2, and they are in the open.
Get you in the side.
That's a dead and no shock, but it's Jacques. Jacques is shot. Jock is wounded. And a bad thing happens for a status 1? Nah, no one cares that he got shot, right? Right? Status 1, rolled a 2.
Yeah, you don't care.
Yeah, no one cares.
What? He was status 1 before?
Yep, so now he's a status nothing.
I'll take that.
Jock.
Can't act.
Can't act. Damn. I need flags now, Ted.
There's a flag.
Hey, there's a flag. You're a little late. Red flag. Tiffin.
All right.
So you have the higher force morale,
I do.
and you have 2 things that haven't gone.
I'm going to walk. And by walk, I mean walk 2d6.
All right. Got 2d6 and up, so 6 inches up. And I bring it up to there. And I think I'm going to activate the cavalry here with my card. So I'll figure out exactly what I'm doing with them. So Jacques decided not to move.
Well, you get dice this time.
And instead lay sharp,
Yeah.
jump the wall, and charge the KGL again, carrying on the assault. So we'll add up all of the dice and get back with the fisticuffs. So the French have 6, and so do the British, because they are just better quality. So here's the French roll. That is, well, that's 3 dead, including 1 point of shock.
All right.
And the British roll,
4 dead.
4 dead. Wow. 2 of them are shock.
Yep.
So we'll kind of set these aside for the shock.
Just not expecting to win that.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Okay, so let me see. Does Le Sharp get wounded?
Yep.
He does. What happens to him? Le Sharp is now a status 1. What happens to Nadler?
Yep.
Nadler is wounded. Nadler is knocked out.
All right.
So Sharp is wounded, and we lose 2. But it is down to 1 man and a knocked out Nadler and another point of shock. So they will rout.
Well, they won't rout. They'll fall back.
Oh, yeah.
Three
They'll
on
fall
two men.
back. Though I do believe that they might leave Nadler there. We'll figure that out.
Well, no, you're...
So the British have a status 2 wounded, which is a 3,
I believe that's
right behind
this
you.
one.
and then obliged to withdraw is a 6.
All right.
So 3 for status 2.
Obliged to withdraw is -1. And
Okay.
status 2 leader wounded.
Yes, -1. So I lost 2.
And he drops 2. Now we have a status 3 that was wounded, and I rolled a 4.
Status 3 wounded. -1.
-1, and then group obliged to withdraw is a 6. So we
-1.
both drop 1.
2.
2. Yes, we both drop 2.
8
And
to 7 will on the morale chart.
Le Sharp is pushed back. We'll get everything all shuffled up, although, actually, no, there is one more red card, that red flag, rather, that Will can play.
All right.
And Lieutenant Strasbourg, over here in these ruins, has not activated. Well, rather, his group hasn't activated yet.
I don't think they have either. The only
You
red
did
was-
with one of the first flag. They moved up.
Couldn't move them on the flag.
You moved the unit up on the flag. That was
I've
your
only
first
ever-
flag.
I've only ever moved them on the unit or leader's card. I've
We'll
never
figure
moved
this
them
out. Okay, so Will thought we were in an actual turn and not the end of the turn. So Strasbourg is moving up. What was that? Full
12.
move?
Yep.
Cavalry is beginning to get encircled. They will move up over there. And Ted will shuffle up. First card is
Sent the wounded man.
Le Sharp, who was, yes, very, very wounded. He's sitting at 3 shock, 1 shock, 2 wounds, 1 wound. Well, I believe that we are going to bring in the doctor and bring him back up to a status 2. And we're also going to bring in the Holy Man because I think we need it. 3 shock on a skirmish group. He also has to try to command that group as well, so let's see. All the shock's gone. Now, as far as what he's doing, I still have to figure that out. So, the Sharp is going to order this unit to attempt to move up towards the barn. So we're going to full 3d6 move up there.
4.
For a total of 4 inches. Yeah, they're not going to make it. Next, he is going to continue to pursue them. Free move and 1d6 to try to move up to the wall there. A whopping 2 inches. And then I'm just going to throw the other one in there because that's not going to quite be worth it. 4 inches. All right, so they'll get up to the wall, and that'll be all that LeSharp is doing. His card is blue 2. Morel gets to act. Sergeant Morel just surged up this way towards the objectives. And the next card, a red flag. And another red flag. And a blue flag. That's 3 flags in a row, so we have a random movement action for Sergeant Morel.
You know what page that's on?
No idea what page that's on. I think it's close to movement. But we have a 4. We'll figure it out. I rolled a 4, and it's make way, so he got knocked down, which means on his next turn, he cannot move or use his initiatives. He can only stand up and dust himself off. Lovely. But I'm going to use the blue flag. Ted is a little quick on the draw there. I was going to use the blue flag and get these guys moving. So we'll figure that out. You're a little quick on that, Ted.
How are you using the blue?
So yeah, I forgot I needed a blue flag and Jacques. So I'll probably just move them now that the Tiffin is over.
Yeah, I shoot first.
So Strasbourg just shuffled up to get, make use of the full cover of this tree, and is firing pretty much point blank into the sides of my Lancers. Meaning anything but
5.
There's 1 but. So that's 5. They are going to get very shocked.
Yep, 6.
That is 6 shock. Damn. I should have saved that Holy Man.
And they're tap reloading.
Yeah, and they tap reload since their range is not helpful at the moment. So, 6 shock and 9 men. So now, I'm going to try to do something with that group. So they pretty much rolled nothing and just turned on the spot slightly, but in their no movement, they're going to be moving to the canter next time. And then you've got 1 more card.
Just going to check some range first.
I hope they're not in 12. Oh, good.
No, not quite.
Oh, good.
But
I have a feeling they will be very
we're
soon.
gonna move 1d6 and see what happens. Yep, that'll do it.
So they move up 5.
They do. And, well, I don't like the idea of you running away, so just make sure that doesn't happen. Pretty sure you're within 12 now.
Yep. Although they aren't within 12, but they are within arc. So they're outside of a range band. So they'll be getting hard cover, but they won't be.
Yep.
Okay, so that is, we'll add up all those dice. So Captain Johan decided instead to hold his fire and present it instead, which hopefully will work in Jacques' favor. But I'm not that hopeful that it will. We'll shuffle it up and get back with some action. So first flag is Blue flag. All right. Keep it up. Keep it up. Blue leader 1. Excellent. Les Sharp. Lieutenant Bougie. I need a miracle. I need to try to figure out what's happening here.
As long as
So,
it's not blue flag.
Lieutenant Bougie is instructing these 3 men to enfilade this. He's not directing their fire because he's going to use his other initiative to try to light this barn on fire because I took the Spirit and Tinder, I believe it's called. So first we have 3 shots into the side of that unit, and that is 1 hit. You're in the open, so we're putting it on that one. Nothing happens, damn. So with the task roll, with trying to burn down something, I believe it's a 7. No, you're looking at it. You're looking at it. It's right there. With a firebrand. Set a roof alight with a firebrand. 7. Okay. So I need a task roll of 7 to light the building on fire. I rolled a 6.
All right. Almost there.
Yep. He'll get it next time. But that is Lieutenant Bougie. So, next card, Ted. Red flag. Red flag.
Hold on.
I am.
I'm already presented.
You are.
So if I sharp practice,
They fire presented.
so let's do that.
Damn. All right, so they're sharp practicing. They'll be unloaded, but I have a feeling that won't be a problem.
Yeah.
So we'll count up all the dice that are going into this. So this is 16 shots, needing anything but a 1. I don't see enough 1s. That's 13 hits. We'll get those allocated. So here is the 7 that are going onto the Lancers in the open. Oh, well, that is 2 dead and 2 more shock. So they are up to
2 shock? Just 1.
1 shock. So 2 dead, 1 shock. Is it Jacques? It is Jacques.
Oh, God.
Jacques is knocked off of his horse. So that's 1 of them, which means they are down to 7 men, 8 with the officer, and 7 shock. That is less than ideal. And then the 6 shots onto Sergeant Morell's group, that is a range band farther away, so they're in hard cover. And that is 1 dead and 1 shock.
Can I hit another officer?
No, because it's not skirmish fire.
Oh, you're right.
I can't roll less than 1.
Yes, you can. I believe in you.
So there's a man dead from each, and Jacques is knocked off his horse as a status 0. That is terrible. We'll get all the rest of this marked up.
You get a roll.
So there's a bad thing happen for Jacques being hit.
I don't
So
think that does anything.
yeah, status 1. Well, it's right behind you.
Just 1 wounded.
Status 1, wounded 3.
Oh, -1.
-1. All right, so the French drop
6.
further. And there's another card that needs to come out.
Yes. Horses. No, just kidding.
Well,
You need 1 more for horses, right?
yeah. Or his card. Oh, well, there's the 3, so... Oh, but there's 7
He's not
shock. Yeah, but I can activate the unit without him.
Right.
So I think that's what I'm going to do, or else they're just going to stand there and get shot. So I'll figure this one out. So Jacques is going to try to charge... Well, not Jacques. His men. So it's 2d6 -1 because of all the shock.
You move 1 inch.
They go nowhere. Oh, this is terrible. They went a little that way.
Okay, well, you're getting
Red
shot.
flag. Yep, regardless of how this... Okay. 3.
He stands up.
It's him.
Oh, no, he doesn't stand up.
Well, he might. I don't think he does.
No.
No. He just stays off his horse and shot.
I would like to reload and fire. With some extra dice.
This is what defeat looks like. So they're going to reload and fire uncontrolled. And we'll count up all the dice. So here's all the shots going into them. Once again, it's going to catch them in the next range band, needing 4s. Oh, that is some good British shooting.
12 hits.
12 hits. Okay, so we will do 6 and 6. Six on poor Jacques and his Lancers. That is 2 more shock. No one's
They're
dead
in the
though.
open. 4's a shock.
4 is a shock. That's 3 shock on them, which is not great. And then hardcover. A dead and a shock on Morel's dwindling group. So that brings them up to 9 shock for the Lancers. Which on 8 men, including Jacques, so they will be forced to withdraw. Bad thing is a 5.
-1.
So it's -1. The French drop ever further. All right, next card.
All right.
That
does wake
is Nadler. Yeah, 4 or 5.
No.
Nope. Nadler stays on the ground. Next card.
up. I'm gonna sharp practice my rifles into your boys there.
Which one? There's 2.
Same ones I've been shooting this whole time.
Poor Lancers. All right, well, you're catching their front arc.
Yep.
6 shots. Needing
3s, 'cause I'm in
because
cover.
light infantry.
1.
Wow. Is Jacques' luck turning around? Probably not. Well, he doesn't take a shock. Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
It's in the open. Damn it.
Fall back again.
3 inches.
Is it
Approximately.
cumulative, or is it just the one?
Yeah, it's cumulative. Is there 11 shock and 8 men? So they move up. And, oh, well, I need another pin dial. They've gone to the dreaded 2 dial.
Yeah, real bad thing.
And yeah, you're obliged to withdraw. 5.
You lose a card.
I lose a flag. So yeah, the next flag that comes out, just ditch it.
Okay.
But those are gather.
Nope.
The cards.
Does he stand up?
Well, he wasn't wounded. He just
he does
stands
stand
back
up,
up
right.
and then gets to do nothing else.
Okay. Yay. My guys. They were unloaded.
Yep.
Um,
I'm feeling you're going to reload and run away.
well, first I'm going to check whether I really need to run away or not on being within 12 inches, I think.
Well, not all of them are within 12, so you might have to just move a d6 for it.
Every-
Wait, you're in the tree. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm going to shoot you.
I figured.
Only with more shots this time.
So reload and fire, and then you'd be
Yep.
unloaded. The French blunder their way through the farm.
So, a little bit better. 5.
5. 5 into the gav. Oh boy.
3 shock.
That's 3 more shock, which brings them up to 14.
On 8 men.
14 on 8 men.
And if I move, I'll just pop up that way a little bit.
So they're going to be falling back quite a bit, but there's a bad thing that happens because of that. It's a 4. I think I'm going to lose another one, aren't I?
Well, I should draw. Yep, -1.
-1, that brings me down to what, 3?
3.
He lost another flag.
So they're running away. And I think at this point, Lieutenant Bougie, Les Sharp, realizes that he has failed.
Burn down the barn and roll to see if you can roll a 2 up.
Yeah, let's see. Do I burn down the barn at least? The barn catches fire. So, I mean, that happened after the withdrawal, so there's no victory here.
You can, on a 1
Oh,
or a 2.
you're gonna... No, there's no victory here. So, Lieutenant Bougie gives the order to withdraw. At least no one... Well, none of the leaders died. So, the battle over this farm will continue at a later date. But, as always, thank you for watching. We are Little Roadie Wargaming. Help out the channel by subscribing. If you're already subscribed, hit that bell button so that you get a notification every time we post, you know, me getting my teeth kicked in sharp practice. And also every other time that we post something. Like the video, leave a comment. We love to read them, and we'll see you next time.